Dave Wade from Cincinnati's own Deviate, and you're listening to All Around Town Radio.
Working for the weekend, then I want to see a show. I flip on the book of face. Yeah, I know where to go. There's a man over there into the music scene, showing lots of love for the community. With great advice, I know who I should go see. So All Around Town Radio Show.
Here we are. How we doing, everybody? Welcome on a Wednesday. It's a nooner here at All Around Town Radio. It's Wednesday with the band, and I've got a great guest today we're going to talk to and have some fun with and learn about his band and also some upcoming events they have. So thanks for joining us here at noon on a Wednesday. If you're watching after we're live, guys, please make comments. We'll be monitoring those comments and be glad to chat with you a little bit here on All Around Town Radio. Let me bring in my special guest today. I've got Denny Cottle in the house. How you doing, Denny?
Hey, good, brother. How you doing?
So good. Great to have you on here, man. It's been a while since we've even bumped into each other, so it's great to chat with you a little bit here on a Wednesday, buddy.
Yeah, agreed. We need to make that happen more often. You have invited me to the Bell and Bear open mic multiple times, and I have got to take you up on that.
Yeah, we got to have some fun down there. You'd enjoy that a lot, and I have fun with that on every Thursday I can get there. And we got you today though because you've got something big happening. There's so much. I've put together my list for the week. There's so much going on 4th of July wise, but even pre-4th of July, you guys have a big show we'll talk about at the end of the show today. But you're doing a whole lot. You're in the band Southern Summer, and for those that haven't heard about Southern Summer, let me lead in a little bit here because I want to talk about Denny for a second. He's a local native, but he is transplanted from Camden to Dayton, right? Am I right on that?
Sure. Yep. Have you ever been to Camden, Ohio?
I have not.
Oh, we got to get out there.
Yeah.
Camden. They make a good bonfire out there. That's for sure.
Dude, that's awesome. So you've done a lot of stuff. You've been compared to modern Gin Blossoms type bands and things like that. But you also you've done a lot of pop and rock music, and you started and you helped establish a band who's near and dear to my heart, Allison Road, which we just had on the show not too long ago.
Yeah, I love those guys. Great band. Allie is an awesome singer. And
she's so good. So good.
She is really good.
That whole band is great. I mean, I was wowed by them. I can see why they won the best band in Springfield and all that. Totally. They're so good. And, most recently you're fronting the band Southern Summer, and I've seen you play with Ashley Martin and people like that. You've been out there a lot, and I've seen you do some solo stuff and all that. But what brings you to this spot called Southern Summer?
That is a great question. So I would say the main thing is I have played in a lot of different bands here lately with Ashley. I love Ashley too. She's incredible. But I really wanted to front a band myself. And so this gave me the opportunity to do that. It's kind of it's a hard thing to front a band sometimes, just internally. I can be very self-conscious and of myself. And so this was kind of an opportunity to break out of that box. And, rather than just supporting someone else, see if I could do it, front the band myself, and to have my best friends are in this band. So that's pretty cool too.
Well, and I will say you're often very hard on yourself, Denny, because you're extremely talented. And I think you're always trying to strive to take it to the next level and make it better than it was and all that. Definitely. And that's very admirable, but never discount yourself because you're a hell of a performer and entertainer. And, I just love watching you play. And the problem is I just don't get out enough to see you play. I'd love to see you play more often. So this band, Southern Summer, how long has it been together?
This band started in 2021 officially. We had a handful of gigs, just where I fronted a band of kind of just thrown together band for parties and things like that for friends. But this band, kind of in earnest. Trevor, what's up, buddy? This band started in earnest in 2021.
Okay, and I've got to ask the name. Why Southern Summer? Why did you? Because that when you say Southern Summer, sometimes I think Southern Nights, Glenn Campbell. I think that kind of stuff. Why'd you name it that?
It's that vibe. Like the further away we get from the naming of the band, the hazier it gets of how we actually came up with that. But that kind of thing, the Glenn Campbell vibe. There's a country song that talks about Southern Summer, Barefoot Blue Jean Night. That's a very popular song. We wanted something, number one, that was alliterative, right? Like a SS thing or just two letters that were alliterative. So we did Southern Summer. My friend Jesse and I came up with that together. I don't know if he suggested that, if I suggested that. We're going to have to arm wrestle and see who gets to claim that, but he'll probably win the arm wrestling. So,
well, you've got Stacy saying Denny's living the dream. There you go.
Hi, Stacy. What's up?
Good to have you with us.
She's in the folk crew, the Parker folk crew. Stacy.
Yes. And boy, what a great family that is. I got the chance to meet a lot of them at that fundraiser, and they're wonderful people. Yeah. Boy, Denny, they band together for Larkin for that fundraiser. It was just amazing what they did that night. It was magical.
It killed me to not be at that. Allie and I talked about us playing that, but we had already been booked somewhere. I hated to miss that, but it sounds like it was a smashing success for them.
Great musical lineup. It was, the people that were there were caring, loving. The whole community came out for it. It looked like, it was just crazy. Yeah, and hats off to them for putting that on. And you're obviously loved by that bunch too, because everybody I talk to in that circle thinks the world of you. And you tend to put your mark on. You put your mark on people, Denny. And this band, Southern Summer, you obviously said you play with your friends, and that's a cool thing. Can you name some of the folks in the band for me?
Yeah, Tom, the other guitar player, and I, great dude. He played in a lot of different bands. He played with Alexis Gomez most recently before us. My friend Chris Cox and I have been in bands together since like 2006 or 7. One of my first bands Chris and I were together in, and we have been together in every band since then in 2007. So, those guys are like near and dear to me for sure.
So if I were someone watching today and I have never seen Southern Summer in my life, how would you describe that to a viewer to entice them to come out and see your show? What would you say about it?
That is a very good question. So I did a thing a while back where Nancy from K99 read my introduction or my bio. And I think exactly what I said, and I know that she didn't read it first. She was just firing live rounds when she read this intro, because it said that we were a better looking version of if Garth and the Beatles had a baby or something like that. And that's it is really, it's kind of indie pop inspired or influenced, but it's pretty country too. I love country music. There's nothing wrong with country. I will defend that until I die. And it's Southern rock and it's country, and we do a lot of 90s rock in there too. But, and then we're trying to work on these originals and get that thing going. So it's definitely, country influenced heavily.
So throw out some songs that would be in your set list so people can relate a little bit to it.
Yeah, good question. So what we have been doing that's been really fun lately is we're linking up, Post Malone, and I had some help with Pickup Man by Joe Diffie. We do a thing where we play this game, and it's silly, but it's fun. It's called How Many Songs Go Like This, and there's this chord progression. What's up, Tyler? It's good to see you, buddy. We play this chord progression, and we try to fit in. We can fit in 10, 15 songs. It's the Joker Steve Miller Band and Hang On Sloopy. And then we do the OHIO thing. And Tom's a Buckeye grad, so he loves that. And it's got some Weezer in there. And it's got Barefoot Blue Jean Night in there. And it's got just all these different songs. Teenage Dirtbag is in there. It's got a little bit of everything. So, and that's just one song. We've got 35 other songs to play for you when you're out too.
Yeah, that's fun. I love those mashups like that too. And it's amazing to see how many songs have the same chord progression.
Totally.
That's what's wild. And Tyler, thank you for that great comment. Thank you so much for joining us today on the show. And if you're watching, guys, please say hi. We want to hear from you.
I love Tyler. Tyler's got a great band too. If you guys haven't checked him out, Tyler Michael Walton, He organizes a festival out in Eaton that we play every year, and he's a good dude, and he's got a good band too.
Great. Good deal. Tyler, we need to connect, man. We do. Parker's in the house. How are you, Parker? Thank you so much.
Up, buddy?
And of course, your band's giving you a shout out, I think. Here. Little shameless plug.
That's why they get paid the big bucks.
Shameless plug for that. That's all right. That's good. So you've regularly played around Dayton, Columbus, Cincinnati. You do a show, Put in Bay, I've seen, and that kind of thing. So do you have any favorite places you like to play routinely, or is it all over the place?
That's a great question. I mean, Dayton wise, we play big and small. I love playing Mr. Burroughs. That's been a pretty regular spot for us. Heather's, love playing Lori's Roadhouse. Up in Columbus, we love playing Bristol Republic. And then obviously Put-in Bay. I mean, you can't go wrong there. Put-in Bay
that's a party.
It is, yeah.
That's a nonstop party. But I will say I love the stage at Lori's Roadhouse, and you got to feel good. They used to have that side stage. They've now replaced it with a mechanical bull.
Oh yeah.
But
have
the
you
main
ridden the
stage.
mechanical bull yet?
I have not. I'm too old and broken to do that. Yes, my fireman career tells me not to do that.
That's probably a wise decision.
But the big stage there is so cool, and it's got to be awesome for you to get up there and play on that. And you've opened for some people there too, I think, haven't you?
We played with your buddies Deviate there not too long ago. They were great.
Perfect. Yeah, they're wonderful.
For Easton Corbin there a few months ago, that was packed. That was in February, March, somewhere around there. That was a really cool gig. Hi, Nancy. How are you?
Looks like we've got the entire town of Springfield on with us here, I believe, today. That's great. Hi, Tom. Thank you for being with us as well.
What's up, Tom?
Denny, you got a lot of fans, man. You do.
I don't know about that, but
I should say friends, more like friends. Yeah.
I posted that I would give everybody $10 if they logged in and said something nice about me. So I'm going to owe a lot of money after this.
Well, while we're talking about Lori's Roadhouse, you had a big birthday bash there last year for, can we say your 40th? I think it was.
Yeah, the 20th anniversary of my 20th birthday. Yep.
There you go. And you're going to have an annual event there you think you're trying to pull off, right?
We're trying to put that together. It's in the discussion right now. But the 40th birthday party was a big success. There's my sister-in-law. Hi, Lindsay. The 40th birthday was a big success there. And hi, Foddy. How's it going, buddy? So we're going to try to make that happen regularly. I mean, we've been in talks about it. It's not locked in officially yet. So Karis, there's an opportunity to sneak in and steal that if we want to do if she's listening.
Are you watching, Karis? Are you watching today?
But
probably.
I mean, that would be a very cool thing to do, some kind of annual tradition. Chris, the drummer, and I, our birthdays are like within a few days of each other. So, we can kind of double up on the birthday party there. And it's just fun. My wife, when we were putting this together, she said, do you want to be playing for your birthday? Like, is that what you want to do? I said, yeah, that's exactly what I want to do. That would be amazing if I could do that. So we had the little family birthday party the night after.
Speaking of,
hi, Taylor. Yes. What's up, baby?
How about
That's my wife right there. And Bennett says, I'm doing a good job, Daddy. Thank you, Bub.
Well, I got to give Bennett a shout out. Hi, Bennett. Thanks for watching today.
Bennett loves to get up on the microphone. I think he got up there at Lori's and sang something with me on the birthday night. And
how old is Bennett?
Bennett is 4, and we have another one on the way in this November too. So,
well, congratulations. That's wonderful.
Yep.
Taylor,
excited.
Congratulations as well. And Denny, you're just one of those guys that's real relatable. And I've always said that about you from the first time I met you. You get this connection with you, and you're really a wholesome, humble guy who, you haven't forgotten your roots, and you're playing music in front of sometimes big crowds, like you said there at Lori's for Easton Corbin and that. And then you're playing an intimate setting like at Mr. Burroughs, where you're literally can reach out and shake hands with the people that are watching you. So what is the difference? How do you feel about the difference when you're up on that big stage in front of a huge crowd than those little intimate nightclub settings?
That's a very good question. I think it takes a little of both. I mean, I like both. There's something really cool about being able to connect with people, in the smaller club setting, and you can talk to people and take requests and make jokes and things. And it's a different presentation. I mean, I think it is a different style when you're in front of a bigger crowd, especially like the Easton Corbin thing. They've got the big stage and there's a security gate in front of the stage. So it's a little different thing. But like that night, I felt like I was just in the zone and having such a good time that night. I think it sounded pretty good. And I mean, those nights are really special too. So I love it all. Scott, I love playing music. I don't know if you've caught this yet, but
I think I've got that one down. Yeah.
Some people play golf. I don't play golf. I don't play softball on the weekends. You know, Taylor and I have an arrangement of how much music I'm allowed to play. And I do push the envelope on that a little bit once in a while. But I love playing music. Other than hanging out with the family, music is the only other thing I want to be doing.
Well, let me say thank you to Taylor for allowing you to have a kitchen pass and get out and play music for all of us, because we love hearing you play, Denny. And
she's pretty awesome. She puts up with a lot from me.
Southern Summer is on a roll. I mean, you guys are busy, it sounds like, and as busy as you can be with your a laudable schedule by Taylor there. But you're really staying busy. And hold on, I got to say hi to Allie here. She's popping in. Hi, Allie. Thank you for being with
Allie.
us. And she adores you, by the way. I just got that from just a brief conversation I had about you with her. She just absolutely adores you.
Allie of Allison Road right there, huh?
Allison Road. What a great band. Go back and watch the show if you haven't, where we interviewed them. That was a good show about their fundraising event and all that. It was great. But Denny, I want to pick your brain a little bit more. Sure. You say you've been playing music a long time. Tell me, what were some of your influences growing up that got you involved in music and made you want to pursue this quest of playing in front of crowds?
That is a great question. So I will say, growing up, out where I did, country music was kind of the go-to thing. And I listened to a ton of country music when I was little. And like when we got CMT, when we had cable briefly for like about a year in my childhood, and I could watch CMT, that was pretty awesome. So I can name you two bands, and this is going to sound funny because it may not like totally relate to what I play now. Parker will appreciate the first one. Blink-182 is like a crucial band for me playing music. And then the other one, and Scott, I don't know if you'll remember this because this is kind of a deeper cut, but do you remember the REM album that was kind of like the one that nobody loved? It was like the unloved. It was called Monster. Do you remember Monster?
Right. I got you.
Oh, I just found we moved here recently, and I found my cassette tape of REM Monster, and I think that's the second cassette tape of REM Monster that I had because I burned up the first one. I was probably like 7 or 8 years old and way into REM, like that album specifically. And it opens with "What's the Frequency, Kenneth?" and like what a punk rock REM song. So I will say Phil Wing from my church told me one time, he said, "You're kind of like a punk rock cowboy," or something like that, whatever he said. Punk rock cowpoke, and I think that checks out a little bit.
That's an interesting analogy. Punk rock cowpoke. That's wow. Hi, Brian. Thank you,
Brian. I love that. That's the drummer from the Steve, or from. I'm sorry, they're not the Steve Follier.
Five Stone now.
Five Stone.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, is formerly known as the Steve Follier's Project, and a wonderful band there as well.
There's Phil that I just talked about. That's the guy who said I'm a punk rock cowpoke or whatever he said. I love that dude right there.
Wow, we got a lot of people checking in today here at noon. And again, guys, if you're watching after we're live, Denny's going to share this on his page, the band page. He'll be able to monitor the comments that way. We will too. So please drop us a comment and let us know. And Denny, any family members that were musical influences to you, getting you started?
What a great question. Yeah. So, I would say I come from a pretty musical family. My dad and my grandpa Wendell played in a country band together. When my dad was younger, my grandpa Wendell played up until my grandpa Wendell died just a couple of years ago, and he rode a motorcycle and played music until he was like 85 years old. And I don't know if you've heard me tell this story, but I play his Telecaster now. That's kind of my go-to guitar. He left me his Tele, and so it's really special to be able to play that, when we play these gigs out. So my grandpa Wendell, my dad, and then my Uncle Jerry, Brian Humanic can weigh in on this, and Steve Folieros and all those guys know Uncle Jerry. Great keys and B3 player. He played in a band called Yankee Gray back in the 90s, early 2000s. That was kind of a big country band. And come from a pretty musical family.
Well, you had me at B3, man. There is nothing better than a B3 sound. I love that.
There are times that I will think like Jerry could tear this B3 part up. And I miss him for a lot of reasons. But one of them is he was a heck of a B3 player too.
Yeah. And like I said, they were a pain to move. If you ever had to move one, and the originals, were a pain to move, and the roadies got their work cut out for them on those, but they were just a wonderful instrument. And I follow a guy and listen to him go to concerts, JJ Gray, and I don't know if you know him, but he is B3 player, and he's bluesy, and it's excellent. Hi, Nikki Forte. Thank you.
Yeah, good to see her too.
Good to see you here. Chris Collins in the house. How are you? Thank you so much. Buddy?
We've had some good times at Put-in-Bay. He's come up and seen me play, and with Ashley and things too. So we've had some good Put-in-Bay weekends.
Chris and I go way back. We're good people. Yeah. And Chris, I love him, and he's a wonderful friend. Mike Daniels says hi. Yes, Denny Cottle.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
I think you recruited today. It looks like you recruited people, Denny. I think you did to get them on here.
$10 times how many people do I have to? I promise 10. No, I'm just kidding. Carlos, it's special to pick. Oh, yeah. Having my grandpa's guitar and getting to play that. I mean, it is a really special thing. I get a little sentimental talking about it, but it's incredible. I mean, when I think of him, I have a picture of him at home, and he's playing that guitar. And then for me to get to go out and play that guitar at Lori's, and for this 4th of July festival tomorrow, or the fireworks in Lebanon tomorrow, it's going to be incredible. Like,
thank you, Steven. It's okay, man. We'll take all the viewers we can take, whether he pays them or not. That's the way it works. Carla, thank you. Carla always has great comments. Thank you so much, Carla, for that. And let's see, Patty's got one coming in here. She says, awesome talent, awesome person.
Hi, Patty.
There you go. You paid her $20, I think, to say that.
Yeah, she's on the premium pay plan. Yep.
So local music wise, I know you like to try to get out and see other bands and things and people. And I've seen your photos at other shows. Do you have any favorites, without getting anybody offended or in trouble? Do you have any local favorites that you enjoy going to see?
Obviously, love Allison Road. Love Ryan Mundy. Have you had Ryan Mundy on the show yet?
I have not yet. I have a connection to Ryan Mundy through some friends and such, and I haven't done that yet, and I need to get him on here.
Yeah, he's good. Love Ryan. This weekend, Saturday, we're playing at Cranberry Resort at Indian Lake, and we're playing the afternoon slot, and then Big Mother is playing after us. I love Big Mother. Loved Ithaca when Jason was in the band too. Love Ithaca still. They're a great band. Tom says I only offered him $5. Hello, Stobot. What's up, buddy? Gosh, there's just so many. You know, my all-time favorite band. Do you remember the band Captain of Industry? That was
I do not.
Oh, great. I mean, that's my all-time favorite Dayton band. And they were kind of in that Brainiac vein, maybe Brainiac influenced. But I love all kinds of music. I mean, it is not just country or just rock or whatever. I love it all. I love anybody that's out there creating and like taking it seriously, you know, or at least putting their best foot forward.
Well, a double shot question here then. Do you have a Southern summer song that you guys perform that's your favorite?
Oh man. You know, as far as like I have to think about that. A cover song that we play.
Yeah, a cover song. You don't have to talk about originals right now, but yeah.
Yeah, I would say, man, you know, this is going to sound so goofy, but like there's I'll give you a two-part answer. There's no time that I just don't enjoy playing Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy, because everybody loves that song. And if I'm going down that route, you know, the song that everybody loves and they yell for it every time and every band acts like they don't like playing it, but I will play Freebird anytime and I will enjoy the heck out of it. Tom and I played an acoustic version of Freebird up at Put-in-Bay because people just kept throwing money in the tip jar. And finally we said, we'll do it. And it was so much fun. So, you know,
can I tell you how glad I am you said Freebird and not Wagon Wheel? I'm just going to say that. You know, there's lots of clubs with a sign that says no Wagon Wheel, or Wagon Wheel has not been played here for X amount of days.
Wagon Wheel is our generation's Freebird, I guess. But yes, you know, I will play whatever people are having a good time. I think that's what it is that I love the most about music, is like being in an environment that we can foster people having a good time, because the world is like a little complicated right now. I don't know if you've noticed, but
you think
anytime that we can help people have a good time, I'm in for that.
So does Denny Cottle personally have a favorite song? Maybe you don't even perform, just a song of all time that you dearly love.
That's a great song. I mean, my knee-jerk reaction is like every Pink Floyd song is my favorite song of all time. Gosh, that's a tough question. I mean, I think there's a lot of Pink Floyd that's in there. I don't know. Freebird might be in there too, honestly. It could be Freebird. It could be Stairway. I like what I like, and I'm not ashamed to say I love Freebird and I love Stairway. And so it might be one of those. Oh,
man,
it might be Ramblin' Man though too. Gosh, I don't know.
You are all over the place. You really are. Just all over the place. And yes, Brian says Jerry and I used to have Denny sit in with us when you were just a pup. Just a pup. Thank you,
Brian. I still feel like just a pup, but I think I'm getting. What time at the lake? We're there noon, and I'm sorry, we're there 1 to 5 at Cranberries, and then Big Mother is on 8 to 11, I think, 8 to close, something like that. So, Steve, I would love to see you at the lake this weekend, dude. Let's hang out. Hi, Taylor.
Do you do Taylor Swift covers, Denny?
If you write it on $100 bill and throw it in the tip jar, I'll do anything. Yeah,
there you go. Well, you can't go wrong with Taylor Swift.
Yeah. I like Taylor Swift. Nothing wrong with little Taylor either.
She's made a lot of money making great music, and I admire that girl for her drive and the whole thing. People dog on her a lot, but no, Taylor Swift's a talent. Just get over it. Yeah. Get over it. So we've got to move into something else here. Let's talk about what's going on tomorrow night. You have a big event going on in Lebanon, Ohio, and we're going to pop up a little info on the screen here about that. But I want you to talk about that. You're playing Light Up Lebanon tomorrow night.
Yeah. Yeah, we're the opening band for the fireworks, I think, is how I would describe that.
Wow.
We're playing 7 to 10 for Light Up Lebanon, which should be you've been to that before, right?
Yes.
You've been to Light Up Lebanon? Big event. Awesome. Yeah, it's going to be a really good event. So Kelly Klein booked us for that. She's with the Lebanon city government, and she's awesome. She's been awesome to work with. KSI Sound is running sound. A Moment Notice is doing photography, and it's going to be a big event, and I am super excited to play that. So yeah, that's located in Lebanon, everybody, and the gates are going to open at 6 p.m. They're going to start at 7 and go to fireworks time, which is about 10. That's at 720 North Broadway. It's called Colonial Park West. If you haven't been there, it's easy to get to, easy to park around there, and it's a great time in Lebanon, and it's going to be spectacular weather tomorrow night too. That's the other thing that's we've had so much rain and stuff, and I'm so glad the weekend looks fantastic for you guys to do this. Are you excited about playing it? You're gonna have a big crowd. Super excited. Yeah. I mean, and my son, my wife will be able to come. I got a lot of family coming, and it's just, it's gonna be a really fun local community event. And like I said, my goal is to help everybody have a good time, us included. And when you're having a good time, we're having a good time. So. Well, we always say it on our Tuesday show where we get a little heated about hot topics sometimes. We always say that a band that's not having fun on stage, it directly relates back to the crowd, and the crowd doesn't have as much fun. So you guys, anytime I've ever seen you, you're just an exciting talent, and you're always up there smiling, and connecting with the audience is so important. And do you wear in-ear monitors? I'm going to ask you, that's a technical question, but do you wear in-ears? No, that's a great question. It depends on the gig. We are kind of working through some sound like upgrade things right now. So I think we may switch over to in-ears full time. Hey, Pat, what's up? That's Chris, the drummer's stepdad there. But we may switch over to in-ears full time. It depends on the gig. At church, I play with in-ears every week, so I'm comfortable with in-ears, but comfortable without them too. Well, yeah, and if you can include in that with your band some sort of ambient mic that's going to pick up the audience, that's the big help. That's what the one thing I hear from performers is they lose touch with their crowd with in-ears. Yeah. And that's why I asked that question, because you do relate so much to your audience. Anytime I've seen you play, you're out there connecting with them. And I hope that doesn't take away from that for you, because I see a lot of artists, they're pulling their ears out, just trying to hear something and that kind of thing. So that's kind of off topic, but always like to pick the brains of whoever's interviewing here with me. We got just a couple minutes. We met, Scott. What's that? I'm sorry. Do you remember the first time we met? I remember it like yesterday. Denny, my old brain, man. I don't know. Tell me about it. It was at Mr. Burroughs. I think it was a Christmas party or something. And I was playing with Ashley, and we were having some technical difficulties, and you jumped in to help us figure out whatever technical issue we were having. And I knew immediately, like, this is a good dude right here. So I appreciate you, man. And this show is such a cool thing that you do for Dayton and Cincinnati and just Southwestern Ohio. So thank you for being such a good dude.
I appreciate you, and I'll pay you that $10 later for saying all those good things. All right, that's how that's going to work. So we've got a couple minutes left. I want to make sure we reemphasize Light Up Lebanon. That's tomorrow night. Gates open at 6, 7 p.m. on the show there, and Colonial Park West in Lebanon. So get out there and see Southern Summer. If you haven't seen them, you want to enjoy a fireworks show. It sounds like a good combo to me.
Oh yeah, and fireworks going to be awesome too.
I'm not going to call you the opening act. I'm going to call you the support act for the fireworks. You're supporting the fireworks that night. And also, Denny, I want to make sure we mention how they can find you on social media. So let's hit that up just real quick. I'll scroll that across the bottom, but you can talk to people about that if you want.
Yeah. So Facebook and Instagram for the band are at Southern Summer Music, or you can go to dennycottle.com, and I've got links to everything on there. I've got links to like our featured video is on there. There's like an embedded video player on there that you can see right now. There's an original song up there called Ghosts. So check that out if you get a chance. But the Facebook and Instagram likes, I mean, as silly as it is, those likes matter because that's how venues decide who to book. So if anybody's seeing this and has not yet liked the Facebook and Instagram pages, it would mean the world to me if you guys could go out and do that.
Yeah, and I can't tell you how important that is, folks. If you're watching today and you haven't done that, please, anybody we ever talk about on this show, we always encourage you, go to their page, follow, like, whatever you're going to do, whether it's YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. And, we are all organic likes on our page. I don't buy likes. I don't do any of that stuff. And we've been on the struggle bus to hit 10,000 followers here for forever. We hover in that 9,500 range, and but they're decent numbers. I can remember when we used to do a show, and I was happy when we got 50 viewers that watched the show, and now we'll get 8,000 on Thursday for the Who's Playing Out show, and that's just really cool to me that the music community is growing like that, and people are supporting what we do, and we're trying to support back. So I've got Denny. I'm running out of time. Anything else you want to talk about today? And then I've got one last question for you.
What do I want to talk about? Just thanks everybody for tuning in. Thank you guys for supporting Scott's show because this is an awesome thing, and thank you for caring about local music. Snake Farm, I do love that song. Phil,
I love that song.
You know Phil, Snake Farm?
We need to hang out. That's right. Snake Farm. Yes.
Phil and I could do a heck of a duet of Snake Farm.
That's an awesome song. I used to go to a jam session in Fort Myers Beach, Florida, where I lived for a while. And the guy that were in the jam band played Snake Farm, and it was great. It was great.
See, Scott, your music knowledge is pretty broad as well, my man.
I love it, man. I love it so much. Thank you, Carla, for that comment. Tracy's in the house.
Hi, Tracy.
Tracy and Chris are both here. Thank you guys for joining us today. We love Tracy and Chris. We do. And maybe I'll see them tonight. They oftentimes come down and play Name That Tune with me on Wednesdays. Denny, you should come some Wednesday.
I know. I need to join
their team
on Wednesdays. It's time to change band practice day to something else other than Wednesday.
Come visit us. We'd have fun. So final question. I ask it of every artist I interview, whether it's a national act or a local act. If you could take the stage with one person, past or present, who would be your bucket list person to play on stage with? Or just stand there in awe of being on stage with them?
Just one more gig with Allison Road is all I would want to do.
There you go.
Let's see. The real answer to that, gosh, I think it would probably be, it might be Keith Whitley. It would probably be Keith Whitley or maybe Death Cab for Cutie, one of the two. If that doesn't tell you a lot about me right there, that's it.
That is a wide variety, but I've got to say Keith Whitley, one of my favorites of all time, taken way too soon.
Yeah.
What a talent. What a great voice. And yes. That's all I'll say to that is yes. That's a good one. Nobody's ever said Keith Whitley on the show. That's a first. I get a lot of Princes. I get a lot of people like that, but which is awesome.
I'm not turning any of those down either. Yeah.
I think you made Allie's day. All right. So Denny, it's been such a pleasure. We've run a little overtime. We normally do 30, but we're about 34 minutes into this thing, and that we needed to talk about a lot of things. Yeah. I cannot wait to see you guys play again. I cannot encourage our viewers more to get out and see this band and meet Denny and the company, because the whole band are great folks, and Denny is one of the nicest people you ever meet in local music. So please get out and follow them and check them out sometime and hear the variety of music they play, because it is not just country. It's a variety of stuff.
Oh, I would be remiss if I didn't mention Megan too, from Cassette Junkies. How did I great band too. Thank you for having them so plugged in as well with this show.
Love Megan, and Megan fills in occasionally when Karis is off on our Tuesday show, and I always love to chat with Megan. She's funny. She's hilarious, actually.
She's awesome.
Hey, Ashley checked in too. Hi, Ashley. Thanks for being with us.
Hi, boss. How's it going? Ashley
Thanks
Martin.
for being here. Yes, good to have you on the show as well. Tracy and Chris, I'll see you tonight. It's great. Tracy says agreed. They're amazing. So we'll leave it at that, Denny. You're amazing.
Scott, thank you for the time today. I appreciate you, man.
Man, thank you so much. Stay with me if you will. And ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to tune in tomorrow live at 5 right here, where I'll bring you the list of who's playing out, the best musicians and venues in the tri-state, and where everybody's playing. We'd love to have you then. Until then, get out and support live local music and the bands and venues that bring it to you, including Light Up Lebanon tomorrow night with Southern Summer. Nice. Guys. Join them then. Thanks so much, Denny. We'll see you next time, everybody. Bye-bye. That's my boys from Sweet Sister Mercy with our All Around Town theme song right there. Thank you guys for doing that one. Sing it, Mark Robinson.
Working for the weekend.